One. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Pageant Sit Down. I'm one of your hosts, Regina Elena, and we are at episode 88. We are super excited for all of you to be here today. As you know, we are in a new season of the Pageant Sit Down, but I am always joined, as always, with my co-host, Elizabeth. Hey, Liz.
Hi, Regine. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm really excited for today's guest, so it's going to be really fun today.
It's crazy to think, though, like episode 88.
Yeah, you're getting up there. We are getting up there.
We are definitely getting up there. And really quickly apologize for the delay. I'm having technical difficulties all of a sudden. I don't know why. So bear with me if I get fuzzy. But I am super excited nonetheless because we have a very special guest. I don't really wear necklaces on the show, but I thought I'd dress up a little bit for our guest. Liz, would you like to introduce her?
Absolutely. Everyone, please welcome the new Miss Galaxy 2023, Danielle Latimer. Hi.
Hello. It still feels weird hearing that.
Must be very exciting. It was a long journey to the crown, so.
It sure was, and I'm super excited, and it's kind of surreal that this is my first interview as Miss Galaxy 2023, so thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you for joining us. We both know you personally, and I know some of our viewers also know who you are, but there are some people who are probably like, who is this girl? So can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. So you can tell from my accent, I'm from the UK, born and raised in the East End of London, but living and loving in South Wales. For those that don't know where Wales is, there's a little indication on Regine's necklace there. The little shape of the country that I live in, that's the one. So I am a professional photographer and women's wear stylist, and I style so many fabulous women in the pageant industry. I absolutely love it. I also am a mother of 2 ragdoll cats as well. So I'm a crazy cat lady also.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Talking about, first off, your pageant styling, I must give you a shout out because everyone's like, oh my God, I loved your fashion wear. I could not have done it without Danny because I had the honor to actually be styled by the pageant stylist.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we had to sort you out in that situation. When you messaged me about what happened, I was like, girl, I got you. But yeah, it all worked out in the end. It all worked out beautifully.
And that's usually what happens, right? Like there's all these things like Liz said, we were on this journey for a really long time and we get so excited about our outfits and sometimes they just don't work out the way that we were hoping for them to. And sometimes it's nice to have a friend who magically has this outfit that fits everyone.
Literally, that outfit is magic. It's like, I remember I was reassuring you. I know you've done a little bit of a panic, being like, is it going to fit? Is it going to fit? I was like, trust me, this outfit is magical. It is stretchy. It's like, it just fits. And I know it will be perfect. I knew it would be perfect for you.
And it fit 3 different body types. So it's like, Liz, I literally called it the fashion wear for the the sisterhood of the traveling fashion wear.
Wow. I love that. It looked amazing on both of you guys, so you can't go wrong with that one.
So Danny, you said this is your first interview since winning. What has life been like? It's been over a month. What has it been like?
Okay, so immediately after winning, obviously we had, the floor shot and the individual photo shoots, and so that was surreal in itself because I have, idolized these women that have been in the floor shot. I have, seen so much. I even had it as my, post up yesterday, that I had the floor shot as my background on my phone for nearly 2 years, and just looking at it every day and visualizing myself in it and manifesting that. And so now, yes, I think it was yesterday that I changed my backdrop of my phone is now the floor shot of me in it. So that was really surreal. And then after I'd left Texas, I flew to Mexico and had to force myself to wind down and relax. That was not easy because obviously my phone was blowing up and I kind of wanted to get to work straight away as a queen, but I kind of had to put pause on that and be like, no, Dan, you have to slow down. It's been a long old 2 years. You have to enjoy this. So I had a nice little relaxation in Mexico, and then come back, hit the ground running, getting those appearances in, making plans for the future for the next few months. And the time that I have this crown, I kind of really want to get out there and do as much as possible. So really kind of putting that work in place and planning for the future. That's kind of what I've been doing.
You've been really busy. Yeah.
You've done so much manifestation too. One of my favorite things that I saw from the entire Galaxy week was your luggage covers after I died. I sent it to everyone I knew because I thought it was so awesome. Can you tell us a bit about that and why you chose to do that and all that jazz?
Absolutely. So I think I have to explain it because I think when people might see that photo, they might think, oh, that might be a bit cocky. But my thoughts were, I wanted to have, the shot of me leaving, going off to internationals. And I was like, right, I'm going to have my Wales luggage covers made. And then I was just sitting there thinking about all my manifestation. I thought, you know what? Wouldn't it be so fun if I did win and I had luggage covers with my new title on it coming home? I thought, no, I can't do that. And then I was talking to my partner. He's like, Dan, it's like 50 quid. And if you don't win, it's fine. Yeah, it's a little bit of money wasted, but it's a bit of fun for the post, And I just thought to myself, it doesn't really matter, but I wanted to manifest it. I was visualizing that photo. And I just thought, you know what, you got to be positive into this. So I just clicked order. I only had, because I had 3 made for my Wales cases, but I only had 2 made for the Ms. Galaxy, because I was like, oh God, I don't want to spend too much money on it, just in case. So I didn't have all 3 made, I had 2 made. And so, they arrived and I just thought it was hilarious. I sent it to some of my friends being like, oh my God, and they've gone, oh my God, Dan, what? I was like, yeah, I hope people don't read into it the wrong way, but it was just pure manifestation. I was just thinking, wouldn't it be fun if I did win and then I had that prepared? But I think a lot of people, that could be misconstrued, but I'm more of a kind of open-minded person. I have an open mindset. And I definitely love manifestation. So that was just part of my manifestation journey. I just thought, wouldn't it be fun if I had that? And then, I was like, and I remember when I won, I was like, oh my God, I can use my case covers now. They don't need to go in the bin.
That's so awesome. I think people in pageants would understand it because it's all about the mindset. And when you're going into that, you want to keep an open mind, but you do ultimately want to envision yourself winning, that you put in so much work and effort. So I don't know what other people's thoughts were, but I thought it was awesome. So,
I'm glad that people saw that, because I put a long old post with it explaining why I kind of did it, because I didn't want people to read into it the wrong way. I don't want to think, oh, she thinks she was going to win. It's just like, no, I was prepared to lose those 50 pounds, and it was just oh gosh, I actually get to use it.
I mean, when we saw your post, of your Wales luggage, I'm like, that's so Danny. And then when I saw I was like, oh my God, that is so Danny. Of course she would.
She's that extra.
I'm like, I should have made something. Maybe it would have changed. No, I'm just kidding.
I think you know what it is, because obviously I style pageant girls and I style them from the day they leave home up until the day they go home. So I've had a lot of time to think about, how I would want to do it. Having the Wales written on my back when I left as well. I had that suit already. I had it for a while and I thought, I've worn this a few times. Wouldn't it be fun if I could just stick Wales on the back in green diamantes? So I ordered on Etsy the letters that were already pre-diamanted and just glued them on the night before. I was on FaceTime with a couple of my Galaxy UK queens, because they were in a hotel the night previous when I was gluing it on, and they were laughing. They was like, Dan, you're so extra with your case covers and your personalized suit. I was like, you gotta have some
Why
fun
not?
And exactly, I was hoping for it to be my last ever time competing, so I kind of just wanted to go all out.
For sure.
Is it really your last time competing?
I know people say this all the time, but for me, Galaxy was the ultimate goal. And so I'm so happy to close 13, 14 years of competing, and it's been consistent. I think I had like maybe 2 years out, but I was still attending events and still going. You know, when I talk about consistency, I've been consistently in this world, and I don't see myself ever leaving it. But to an extent, to close that is kind of like a sigh of relief that I don't have to be in like competition mode ever again. Now I can just be in queen mode and passing down mode. So yeah, I'm happy to really close this chapter and start a new one within the pageant industry.
So you have already started making your strides. I mean, you do photography, you do the pageant styling. There's no way you're getting out of the pageant world.
Oh no. When you've invested so much time in this industry, you do feel like you need to make like a kind of a career out of it, whether it be, you know, in the coaching side, whether it be, you know, obviously I found my feet with styling and photography. I think there's so many careers you can take out of being involved in pageantry, whether you want to be a director or a consultant. I think when you've invested that many years, you kind of do have to think about like what's next once you've achieved your ultimate goal.
Exactly.
And you have all those connections too, so it's why waste that opportunity if it's something that you really enjoy.
Exactly.
Absolutely. It's a no-brainer. And even if it's not within the pageant industry, you've made so many connections around the world. Say if I wanted to up and move to another country, I've got pageant sisters all over the world that can help me find a place, get a job. You know, it would be silly not to use those connections.
Exactly. I was gonna say, amongst the three of us, we got something going on. Liz can do hair and makeup, Danny styles, and she photographs. I could coach you guys. It's perfect.
Dream team. Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
Yeah, kind of speaking of like the pageant stylist stuff, I'm really interested in it because like you were saying, there's a lot of businesses within it, but I don't see too many pageant stylists. What kind of inspired you to do it, and how do you feel like you're separating yourselves from other people in the pageant industry?
So outside of the world of pageantry, I worked for a brand called Kate Spade, and I just started on the shop floor and just assisting women and helping buy them clothes and handbags for special events. And I loved it. And if a woman had a bit of time, we basically would play dress up. And they give you extensive training in Kate Spade in how to style women and about the brand culture. And I just loved it. So I kind of built myself up in the world of styling within Kate Spade. I worked in the flagship store, started in a smaller store, then worked in the flagship store, and then I got moved to their higher end store, which was in Sloane Square. So it had a very affluent clientele that had a little bit more time and a little bit more money to burn. So you really made that an experience for every single woman that walked through the door. So I kind of built myself up there, and then got known as being the stylist, and I had a client book and started styling some very fabulous women. I won't name drop, but because I feel like I've done a fair bit of name dropping, but I've styled some very well-known people, and I loved it so much. And then when I left Kate Spade, that training, that kind of second nature of styling and helping women feel fabulous just always stayed with me. And I thought, you know what, there's no one doing this in the pageant industry. Obviously there's coaches, and the coaches can teach you like how to be an all-rounder, but specifically how to style yourself, I feel there's not many coaches out there that actually had the hours spent styling other people that I had. I definitely thought that set me apart. I was doing this day in, day out for a few years, and so I thought, you know what, let's just create the pageant stylist. It's niche. I'm not here to teach you how to talk, walk. It's literally purely what you're wearing and styling you to make you look like you are the queen.
Which is so important.
Absolutely, it's definitely brand awareness. It's thinking about, you know, if you want to work with this organization, what's their styling? And I think a lot of girls go into it thinking, oh, I just want to look a certain way, but that might be it might not go in line with the brand's ethos or their branding. You really got to think ahead of that. I think I've highlighted that with a lot of girls. Every single pageant kind of has their own style, and you have to be familiar with that. And so I'm here to provide a service to make sure you are on point with the system that you're in, and for your colorings, your body shape, making sure that you just look perfection, basically.
And she does a great job. She does a great job with it. I could tell you hands down. First-hand experience. You're welcome. So it looks like there are a few people who are watching. If you have any questions for Dani, make sure you leave them in the live chats, and we're more than happy to read them to her. Don't be shy, guys.
Yeah. I kind of wanted to talk about the floor shot because I've been seeing it all over my Facebook and Instagram, and I've been obsessing over it. Very iconic. And can you please tell us about the experience of shooting that with Maria?
Yes, please.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I won't sugarcoat it and be like it was amazing. It was stressful, y'all. You don't realize it takes a while to set you up. It's not just a matter of like, right, everyone just lay down and then you just magically all just perfect, It's then like choosing who to lay down first. We had to lay Alma down first because she had the bigger dress. And then we had to like kind of move us all around. We were there a good long time trying to set it up, and we were under time constraints as well. So it was like, right, guys, we got this. And we couldn't use a ladder as well. Daniel couldn't use a ladder because of some kind of insurance rules. So we had to use like a chair. So he didn't have all the usual things that he would normally do when we were being rushed. But yeah, it took a lot longer to set up than I originally thought. I thought, oh yeah, let's just place this all down. It was literally, it's making sure that everything's perfect. Every piece of hair, a leg, your head, make sure you're not getting any lines. You're not I lose my chin a lot. My boyfriend jokes about it all the time. Like I can literally like lose it. So making sure that like I've got a chin and a jaw. But it was surreal, and we'd waited a while for the photo, and I was petrified that maybe Daniel didn't get the shot, or because we were under such strict time constraints. I was like, oh god, what if it's gonna be awful? And then we saw the shot yesterday. I was like, oh my god, like
iconic.
It was just one of those moments like, is that me? Is that real life? Like I know that I was there, but when you see the shot, you're like, we did it. That's the shot.
Yeah, that's you. Kate, I don't know if you guys realize this, and I was looking at the floor shot. All of your outfits match the carpet perfectly.
I didn't even notice that. I noticed the carpet has like butterflies in it. It was in the in the convention center. The carpet in the convention center.
Yeah.
I noticed it had butterflies in it. I thought that was quite symbolic.
Very cute.
Quite fun. But yeah, I thought the colors go quite nice, the jewel tones.
No, but it matches the carpet. Like it actually. Yeah.
I looked at the photo.
I looked at it and I was like, wow, what are the chances?
Oh.
I mean, cool. You're gonna start loads of rumors now, Regine. If your dress does not match the carpet, you're not winning.
But my dress
everyone's
gonna
be
carpet.
Like, yeah. Everyone's gonna be like, oh god, where's the venue gonna be? Oh, okay, right, we need to see pictures. Okay, what color is the carpet? It's burgundy. I need to wear burgundy dress.
Yeah, oh my gosh, it was so good. I loved it. And I know it was in a different location than before, like than Carib, so I'm very impressed that they got that, because I think they shot like it at a different floor level even in Florida, if I remember correctly. But yeah, very impressive that they were able to do that.
I think he shoots over the balcony.
I think so. I think
Daniel shoots it over the balcony, so like he had that extra height, and he had like the means to actually kind of readjust and get the shot, whereas it was literally on a chair and like holding the camera like kind of upside down, like hoping that he got it, and he smashed it, absolutely smashed it.
Yeah.
So as a photographer, Dani, were you able to pick up on some tips from Daniel?
He's just amazing, isn't he? He's just so good at like helping you get that angle, suggesting poses. It's just so natural to him. So definitely that kind of not being afraid to get in there and help show and assist with poses. He's just such a pro, and I think that the experience of being shot by him and his direction, he delivered that perfectly. So that's something that I definitely take away from shooting with Daniel, his delivery of direction.
Yeah, when we were doing the swimwear shoot, I was just like, how am I gonna do this without like, and by the time my turn came, like everyone was already there, so I was like, oh, more pressure. But then to see the actual photos of everyone, I know the Miz hasn't come out yet, but seeing everyone in the misses, I was like, whoa, is that me?
I know, they're incredible. I'm dying to see my photo. I was like, he's posted the teen, Maria's posted the teens and the misses. What about the in between?
There's so many of you guys, that's why.
Yeah, they're incredible. I love shooting with Daniel when I was at Galaxy too. He's just really nice and he makes you feel really comfortable. So yeah, I'm sure that was a great experience.
And Jose as well, like they are just the dream team. They make you feel empowered and comfortable in the photo.
For sure.
They are. And the fact that Jose like really got in her hair for the swimwear, I'm like, are you sure you want to do that? There's a lot of product in there. And he just went for it. I was like, okay.
Awesome.
He's like, right, dunk it, head back. Okay, splashing.
Yeah. My favorite is when Jose was like, okay, do this. And then I did it. He's like, suck your stomach in. I'm like, oh, sorry.
He does not mince his words. He wants to make exactly. He's got your back.
He wants the shot. So I wasn't there. I would love to hear about these parties. They looked incredible. I saw you had some tacos and you had an amazing white party. What was some of the favorite moments there?
Oh my goodness. Well, the white party was an absolute blast. I had so much fun. I was sweating in that dress. I was going to say perspiring, but I was sweating in that dress because we were just dancing so much. There were so many people in that room. It was just nice to kind of let off some steam. It was after interviews as well. So because we'd had, I think everyone is most anxious around their interview time. So once that's done, it's like, right, that's done. The judges know who I am now. So come what may. We could just look forward to the fun part of on stage, and we kind of let loose at the white party.
It was so fun.
It was so much fun. The PJ party was great. We got a bit more of insight into, Galaxy and Maria and her queens. It was a little bit different this year. Usually there's kind of, skits and performances, and I think because there were so many of us that would have gone on for hours and hours. We would have been there till Christmas because there were so many of
We'd
us.
still be there, yeah.
And I blame Team UK for that, because Team UK, I know that it's a big team and they like to milk it. In previous years, I think that Maria said there was like a performance that lasted like 20 minutes.
I remember UK for my year was long too, but it was awesome. I had no complaints.
Yeah, so I'm kind of glad that we did that kind of campfire setup where basically Maria and her queens were there, and she basically opened it up for questions. And we had the questions were hilarious. The youngsters the questions the youngsters were asking were hilarious. Maria was telling a story about how she was in a car accident, so really serious stuff, and this little kid put her hand up and she was like, did you get a ticket for that? And it was the most hilarious moment. And Maria was like, yes, they served me the ticket in hospital.
Of course. Wow.
I think
that was really fun.
It was fun. And I think the PJ party is when I was abducted by the Team UK.
I saw Regina and all the UK girls' stories. I'm like, where's the rest of the Canadians? I guess she's gone off. She's left with them.
I'm just there. Oh my gosh.
It's important to mingle at these events. You don't want to stick with your team so much, otherwise you'll never get to bond with people all around the world that are there. So in kind of rehearsals, you're kind of focusing on the routines and doing what you're doing, so you can't necessarily have a conversation in those times. Like these are the times to really kind of get to know your sister queens. So yeah, we had a good old mingle, didn't we?
We did. I feel like I was just with everyone. And that's why when Liz is looking at everyone's socials, you're like, why are you everywhere?
But that's good. That's what you want to do. Like, you don't want to waste time when you're at something like that and you've waited how many years to see these people. You got to make most of your time. So that's good. I was happy to see you mingling around.
Layla just threw me on there with the most ridiculous sunglasses. No, yeah. And then,
I died.
Liz watched your video, Danny, of the pizza, and all she hears is nom 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 nom, and she's like, "Is that you?"
I sent it to her. I'm like, did you know?
I was like filming Maria, and I heard nom 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 behind me, and I was like, and then you repeated it, and I was like, that is hilarious. And you had like the UK glasses on, your Canada PJs. I love the Canada PJs this year, by the way. They were fab.
Thank you. They're comfortable.
Oh yeah, it was hilarious. It was hilarious.
That sounds so fun.
I love it. It was fun. I'm excited, actually. Canada Galaxy this year has their PJ party, but inspired by the white party, there is the pink party. So
we did something similar, actually. We just did a Pageant Girl UK who runs a string of different pageants here, including Galaxy. So they also run International, UK's National Miss, Team GB. We had an event on Saturday. It was like 3 events in one. We had the boot camp, then we had a brunch, and then we had a pink PJ party as well. So it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of pink PJs, a lot of people in matching PJs. So if you're doing a pink PJ party, prepared to be twinning, tripleting, quadrupling with a lot of other people, because there's a limited amount of pink PJs on the market.
Yeah, I'm sure Sheehan's probably like, where are all these pink PJs going?
They're going to be like, there's going to be a pink PJ drought at some point because of all the pageants.
It's just all in the UK. It's just all in the UK.
Yeah, if you can't get a hold of any pink PJs over in Canada, you know we've got them all because we had that event before you guys.
Yep.
And that's nice. No, but theirs is like a pink party. So think the white glam party, but pink.
So it's a white party but pink.
Yeah. And then also PJ party too, right, Regina?
And the PJ. Is it pink? Yeah. Pink PJs?
No.
Any PJs.
Oh, any PJs.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking it was
but the makeup pink.
Yeah, maybe they'll wear pink just because you said that.
I mean, they won't need to pack any other color, really, would they?
There you go.
Exactly. I mean, unless they're
like a pink formal party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cindy has these nice shoes.
Party. Exactly. Have you not seen our stories? So it's the pink. It's a pink version of the white party.
Oh.
Yeah. So fabulous. I'm excited to see the glam, and I feel like it'll be very legally blonde. You know how? Very, that's the vibe I think Cindy's going with this.
Someone's gonna turn up a chihuahua, like a stuffed chihuahua at least, and
I hope so.
Oh my gosh. Someone get me a chihuahua. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And so the PJ party is kind of anything goes with the PJs.
But see, that's where it gets tricky, because Liz knows that there's some, and being a multi-divisional pageant system, there's some Mrs. and Ms. who forget that there are children in the room. Don't be that. If you're in Canada Galaxy and you are watching this, do not be that girl in lingerie.
Lace isn't your friend. Lace is not your friend at the event.
No nighties. No. I would avoid a nightie. Just in case you're doing activities or running around or whatever. You're best off just with just regular PJs, nice and coverage.
Coverage is good.
Coverage is good.
Coverage.
Yes. So to all of those who are watching this, if you are part of Canada Galaxy this year, I don't want to see butt cheeks. I don't want to see side boob. Coverage is key.
Oh my gosh.
And it's not like it's scored or anything, so you don't have to go all out. It's literally, you just want to enjoy yourself and be comfortable, you know?
Exactly. Yep.
Well, there is a segment, Danny, on the show. We are already at the halfway point, and I know you're also very familiar with this segment. It's 5 tips from a beauty queen. And now that you are a international queen, you have done your reign for 2 years prior to. What are some tips that you have for our viewers watching us today?
So my number one tip, know yourself, know what you bring to the table, and just be yourself. I know a lot of people say, be yourself, but actually get to know who you are as a person and know what you bring to the table. And don't be afraid of that. Don't try and fit in. Just do you. Number 2, put the work in. Don't let your sash or crown collect dust. Number 3, enjoy it. Enjoy the process. As soon as it feels like it's hard work, it's not meant for you. You have to enjoy the process. Life is you need to be too blessed to be stressed, I'm losing count. 4, I would say, pause for dramatic effect there. Practice your walks. When you get your outfits, practice in them. There's nothing worse than seeing girls having to hold up dresses or tripping over dresses. Really practice. And then that leads me on to number 5. Really think about that wardrobe. Really make sure that it's on brand with the pageant that you're doing, and really think about what you're going to wear. And book in with me.
Yes.
Okay, seriously though.
Exactly. So there are a lot of people, like I coach, and there's so many girls, and I should have sent them to you, who are like, I don't know what to wear. So if people are interested in finding out more about your services, where can they find you?
So I have an Instagram, I have a website. It's thepageantstylist.com, or the Pageant Stylist on Instagram, the Pageant Stylist on Facebook. Basically, it's the Pageant Stylist everywhere. If you type that into the Google search engine, I shall pop up. And I'm here to help. If you have any concerns or worries, or you need to source an outfit, I'm forever sending and searching links. I know who's selling stuff. I'm just here to help. If you have any questions at all, just send them my way.
Perfect. Well, like I said, I know hands down she is great at what she does.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think I have I don't know, I really think about an outfit as a whole, and dressing is definitely an art form, and you really got to think everything as a whole. Don't just think about that dress. Think about the shoes, think about the jewelry, because that can really elevate an outfit. So yeah, I'm here. It's your game.
When I was starting in pageants, I needed you bad, because it changes your whole confidence level when you love what you're wearing and you look the part and it's right, rather than I think this might work, it might suffice. You don't want that attitude. So but it's like a learning curve. So it's great that there's services like you out there that, for people who are especially just starting, where do you begin, really? So that's awesome.
You know what, the majority of my clients have been in the industry for a little while, and I find that really sad, because I think they kind of have a bit of an idea of already they're on the right path. I think some of them just need a little bit of a reassurance. But I would love to have some more newbies, but I feel like a lot of newbies don't book in because they are new, they're worried that they're going to waste money. But if anything, I'm going to save you money in the long run, to save you from, I've had a lot of clients that have come to me after buying stuff of dodgy websites, but I'm here to vet that, to make sure that you're not wasting your money. I've had clients come to me and say, I bought this dress, but it's been altered. I was like, I had you send me the picture. I can tell it's been altered because I know the length of dresses. So I'm here to help you save money. It's, £50 UK, but I'm really there to make sure and kind of hold your hand the entire way, just to make sure you look perfection at all times. So it is an investment. I think in the new year we'll have to put prices up, because I do spend a lot of time going backwards and forwards with my clients as well, and it's kind of hard to put a price on that. But I'm here to help you save money as well. So yeah, and like you said, you don't just want to find an outfit and go, oh, that'll do. You want to feel fabulous. My job is to make every single one of my clients feel like a queen before they've even left their home, to know that they feel secure. I always say bulletproof is your armor. It's, it's such a strange analogy about, I always go, you're off to war. Not really, because it's all friendly and lovely. But if you're in your mind, like in the competition sense, you're off to war. Your armor is what protects you and what makes you feel, ready to go out there and do it. So you want to be looking perfection. You want to feel bulletproof, so you can feel confident and be the best version of yourself. So don't pick things because they're cheap. Don't pick things because they'll do. Pick things because you feel fabulous in it. And it doesn't need to be super expensive in order to feel fabulous. It's how you look in the mirror and how you feel.
Exactly. And if you couldn't tell how passionate she is just with what she said, she will definitely make you feel the best that you can. So to all those who are competing in pageants coming up, I know there's a lot along the way, Canada Galaxy being one of them, contact Annie. Even if it's like a consultation, to just be like, hey, is this good enough? Because she knows Galaxy clearly. This girl just won.
Yeah.
Oh. I have a lot of people send me, I love it when people send me pics and be like, oh, I'm wearing this. Do you think this is okay? And I'll be like, I'll be honest and say, I think if it's perfect, I'll say it's absolutely perfect. Don't overthink it. If I think that, it might not quite be right, I might say, I think we can do better. How about, if you need to add a little something to it, I'll suggest that. Or if you need to get a whole other outfit, I will help you source and find that. I'm not going to go, oh, that's awful, and not help you find something. I'm always like, we could do better. I know we can do better. And I think if you're having some reservations about something, it's always best to get a second opinion, whether it be my opinion or just like send it to a few of your friends as well and just say, like, what do you think of this? I think there's a lot of a mentality that you can do it on your own and your style, but sometimes asking a friend is a really good thing to do. And I'm here to be your friend and answer any questions you might have regarding your wardrobe.
100%.
I don't charge for that as well. If you want to send a picture of your outfit and say, I don't know what earrings to do or I don't know what shoes to do with that, I'll happily help. I'm not going to charge you for that kind of thing,
And it's true. But I'm curious. So I know you and I have talked about it, but I'm sure our viewers are wondering, you must have had a lot of pressure on you being this pageant stylist going into internationals. What was some of your obstacles and what inspired your evening gown?
So I actually bought a gown. I bought my whole wardrobe 2 years ago when I first won. And then I fell out of love with it, as you do when you've stared at it for 2 years. And then I just had this random idea, because I wanted to go out with a bang. So I wanted a cracking gown. And I just had this idea as I was driving to an appearance. My best friend in America, she has the Earth gown. She competed in Miss Earth. She's the current Miss Earth Air, and she had like the little hurricanes, the greens and the blues, so it looked like the Earth. I thought, wouldn't it be fun if I had the Galaxy gown and she had the Earth gown? So I thought, I need to find someone whose beadwork is on par that can make a Galaxy scape. So I asked Marissa for her designer's details and would he be interested in making a Galaxy gown. And so she hooked me up with him. Unfortunately, he doesn't speak any English. So I had Lucas from the Road to Miss USA in a group chat with me who speaks Portuguese because my designer's in Brazil. And he was my translator. And we went backwards and forwards, designed the gown. And I believe 3 weeks or 2 weeks before I competed, I got sent a picture being like, here's your gown, basically. And it was like several bags of beads. It hadn't been made yet. And I was like, oh my goodness. Then we were having issues with me paying for the gown as well, because, sending money abroad is, quite difficult to do. We had to force him to set up a PayPal so I can send money, because Western Union was not having any of it. So that was a challenge in itself. So 2 weeks before I competed, my dress was a bag of beads. So I was having a bit of a heart attack, but it all worked out perfectly. There was a bit of stress around the gown. I was nervous because my design the beads come over the shoulder and over the breast, and there was kind of concern of it balling and it like feeling like it hugged around a boob, so I was a bit nervous about that, but I softened it with my hair a little bit. But it was stunning. I freaked out a bit because I thought it was going to be more purple than it was, but it was very much blue and pink. But everything happens for a reason, and it was so funny because when we were sitting in rehearsals and I saw the Crown logo come up on the screens in rehearsals, and I noticed in the stones of the crown they were blue and pink, and I was like, my mind just exploded because I was like, oh my god, my gown is going to match the logo. There's going to be all sorts of conspiracy theories around that, I'm sure. So everything happens for a reason. But yeah, there was a lot of pressure on my outfits, but I kind of had to let go of that and just be true to myself and just pick things that I enjoy, that I felt fabulous in. Style is definitely subjective. Some people will like the things you wear, some people won't, but it's important not to get hung up on that. You just have to make sure that you feel fabulous. That's the main thing, and I felt fabulous throughout, so that was the most important thing. You know, people might not like my dress, people might not like my outfits that I wore, but that doesn't really matter. What matters is how I feel in them.
Exactly.
I was watching a live stream and you came around the corner and I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, I was waiting for it, right? Like, I was like, she's gonna have something incredible. Did not disappoint. It was really beautiful. Even on the live stream, it looked awesome. So
yeah, there was a little bit of pressure on me, and I had a few people be like, oh my god, why don't you wear your UK gown again? Like, there was a few people saying like, that was the most beautiful gown ever, you should wear that. And I was just like, you know, when you just want it to be your last time.
I'm the pageant stylist. I can't. Sorry, I am the pageant sit down. But you're like, I'm the pageant stylist. I can't just do it. Yeah.
But you know what? I'm not opposed to that, because there's definitely, I know that girls go to internationals and win in the gowns that they've already won. Like Mia won in the gown that she re-wore. Ruby in teen re-wore a gown she won. Like, I'm not a re-wear snob at all. I think it's great for the environment.
I re-wore my gown.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's, if you've got a cracking gown and it's good enough, then do it. Why would you not? Why would you waste money on another dress if you've got a solid international standard gown?
Sure.
But the way I saw it is, I had this vision and I wanted to go out with a bang, basically. So, because I was hoping this was going to be the last time. Thank goodness it was. But now I've got to think about handover gowns and stuff. So I was hoping this is going to be the last competition gown that I would ever have in my closet. So I thought, you know, I'm going to go all out, and you know, I had this vision of the galaxy gown and it all came through in the end. But yeah, I had to let go of the fact that there was people wanting to see my outfits. I had to let go of that and just be, you know, secure and feeling good in my outfits myself.
For sure. Well, now you have the crown. So what's the plan? What are things you're planning on doing with it? It's gorgeous. I know you're already starting things already. So what is the big plan?
It is gorgeous. I'll do a little close up. But
very gorgeous.
Wow.
It
is
so pretty.
Just spectacular. It's so funny. On camera, these really look so like green and blue. They're the AB stones. Yeah. But in real life, you see all the colours reflected in it. They're gorgeous. But in terms of what I have planned, you know, I've got quite a few events that I really want to do. I want to create opportunities for women in the UK here to get involved in their local communities. I have my my platform, which is the Clever Initiative. So I really kind of want to work with that, promote that and expand that. But one of the biggest things I have planned is I'm climbing Everest Base Camp. Now, the first time I told someone this, they thought I said space camp. I know it's galaxy, but I'm not going to space. It's the base camp in Everest. So I'll be flying to Nepal. I'll be flying to Nepal, not outer space, in April. So that's a 9-day trek I have ahead of me. And I tell people I'm doing Everest. They're like, oh my God, don't die. And I'm like, I'm not going to the summit. Don't you worry. It's a hard trek, but it's not that. I'm not gonna fall down a crevasse, hopefully.
Please,
so I'll be doing that. I will. I'm doing lots of training in preparation to it. I'm doing it with my best friend as well. So it should be the most incredible experience. It's been on my bucket list for the longest time, and I figured, you know, this was something that I'd want to do as an international queen. So the crown, unfortunately, is not coming up Everest with me because it might be a little bit too heavy. But my sash will definitely be coming with me to base camp. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I am doing it for a cause. I am fundraising for A Sisterhood. It's a charity here based in Wales, actually. And it's basically helps women in need all around the world. So
nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's my biggest thing that I have planned. I'm hoping to do a Beauty Queen to Bear Grylls Wilderness weekend. Let's get down and dirty, putting up tents, survival, all that. So that's something that I'll have to do that when the weather starts to warm up next year before handover. I also like to do the Pageant Olympics, which I've been talking about for years and years. I'm hoping to do that. Basically, a school sports day for pageant girls. Including egg and spoon and three-legged race.
Nice.
That's something else that I'd quite like to do. There's a few events that I'd like to plan to help, women get networking and gain skills and experiences.
I love that.
We got to go to the UK,
That's
Regine.
awesome. I know.
We gotta go.
In Canada, but okay. Yeah.
A wilderness weekend in Canada would be amazing.
I don't know if it's scary. But I would love for like the pageant sit down to like do a full-on coverage of one of your events. That would be epic. That's as far as I'll get.
Love you live.
Yeah.
Live from the Everest base camp. I mean, apparently there's Wi-Fi up there. I didn't know that. But apparently there's Wi-Fi up there, so I can maybe live stream from base camp.
That'd be cool.
There you go. Oh my god, that'd be epic. That'd be really
so maybe we can do an episode when I'm up there.
That would be something else.
that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
You said April, right?
April, yes.
That's so fun.
We'll have to look at your roster and see if you can fit me in.
Just tell us when you're going and we'll already mark you in. Don't worry. So Danny, I know because I saw you right after you went in for an interview and you just looked like you were beaming. What are some things that you did to, I guess, prepare yourself for the interview? Because I'm sure everyone watching wants to know how can they win Galaxy, and interview is a big one.
Oh yeah, interview is probably the most important because you want to get across, why you are the person for the job. And interview, I'll have to be honest, was always my worst round in previous years of competing. So I really wanted to take my worst round and make it my best round. So, doing things like this, being interviewed live. I worked with Adrian from the Pageant Project for the past few years, interviewing other people. So having the shoe on the other foot really helps. And just I had interview training with Crystal Cavey, who's absolutely phenomenal coach. And I said to her, I need you for interview. So she really put me through my paces and got me into the mentality of being that international queen already. But yeah, on the day, wanted to stay in a positive mind frame. Not rehearse too much or practice too much because you don't want to sound like a robot. You just want to speak from the heart and speak your truth at the end of the day. Just keeping a positive mind frame, listen to some music, have a little dance. I know I did that. Me and Natalie were both boogieing around, dancing around, getting in that kind of like positive mind frame, ready for it. And just being really excited to tell the judges exactly who you are and why you're there. That's kind of the main thing. They're not there to trip you up. They're not there, to test you. They're there to just find out who you are and see why you should be the next queen.
Exactly. You mentioned Natalie. There were 3 Ms. UK queens. What was that like for you?
It was fun. It was exciting. We had each other in this. It was just so nice to have a big team. I think some people might have been like, more competition. It's like, well, no, if I was going to do it, I would rather it be with people that I know and love and care for. We can hold each other's hands in this process. So yeah, it was just really nice to have a big team and flying out with the big old motley crew of us. so much fun, and we were just each other's cheerleaders as well. You know, I just wanted them to do well. Obviously you want yourself to do well, but I really wanted my Team UK girls to do well as well. So because we've been in this journey together from the very beginning, particularly Natalie and I, you know, we both won on the same night in 2020, so just being there for each other.
I just
Apologies,
also
Millie,
want to
so-
know. Oh, you're fine. So, I was gonna say what was I gonna say? You threw me off, Liz. Thank you.
Sorry.
It's okay. Well, okay, so you mentioned that, you know, you've been in this journey for 2 years with Natalie. We were on the same journey together. What was it, or how did you motivate yourself throughout the pandemic and throughout your reign as Ms. Galaxy UK, Ms. Galaxy Wales, and then international winner?
You know what? I didn't need motivation really, because I was just so, it was just there. I just, you know, I always say, if you have a dream and it's real and it's not fake, you're not forcing it, how can you just feel like you need motivation because you want it so much? You know, you just don't stop until you get it. There was no taking the foot off the gas for me. Obviously you have down days where you feel demotivated, or like discouraged in certain ways. That's normal after 2 years and having a pandemic, but Galaxy really was the shining light, the goal, the end game for me. So I never took my foot off the gas. And that's one thing that I said in my interview: consistency is key for me. You know, I don't think I've ever been more consistent to anything in my life. Like, I can't even do, you know, the Galaxy countdowns. I can't even do those countdowns because I'm not a consistent person. But when it came to Galaxy,
I finished it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm awful at them.
They're hard.
You know, I have great intentions, like I'm going to do it this time, and even doing things like the magic, you know, the 28-day practice, the magic. You know, I kind of fall off the wagon sometimes, but with Galaxy, I never fell off the wagon because I just knew that this was what I really wanted, and this is. You know, I just didn't want to take my foot off the gas, basically. There was no need to try and find motivation. It was just there. But yeah, I don't know why. I think it was just the want to be the international queen. You can't, it's not saying you can force, it's just feels natural and it's easy. It doesn't become hard. It became easy because I enjoyed it.
That's awesome. I remember what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you, what is in the UK water that you guys keep bringing all the crowns home? Every year, there's always an international crown. This time there's 2, plus a runner-up. Like, what is... Oh, actually, even the little miss, like the juniors, like, what is it in the UK? What is... Tell me. Give me some.
There's a real Galaxy culture here, and you know, I put that down to Holly. Holly has really cultivated a Galaxy culture here, and it's literally, you know, we have quite a lot of girls that enter, so we have some big heats. There's a lot of competition, and we all take it quite seriously, but also have fun with it. It's just something that you want to be a part of here in the UK. So we do have a lot of entries, which is nice. So it means that, you know, when you want it, you train and you work hard for it. There's that kind of instilled in us. So I feel like all of us really train to be the best version of ourselves to get to the internationals, you know. Competition's fierce here in the UK. So I think once you've made it, you know, and you've got your UK crown, you've had to jump through quite a lot of hoops, and you've had to done a lot of self-work to get the UK crown that kind of sets you up nicely for the internationals. And there's a real culture of like hard work and hard graft here. There's, you know, appearances every weekend. You'll see them. You know, there's a lot going on here in the UK. So we're grafters, and I think that pays off.
Yeah, you can tell Holly just really brings a lot of people together. You can tell you guys are all really close personally and in pageants. I think that helps a lot. I know, like, many years ago, before Canada Galaxy was a thing here, you think of Galaxy, a lot of the times you think of the UK because of just the culture of it, and it just looks like you guys are having so much fun over there, and I think that's why people like it. It's just a fun experience. So Holly always warns us as well, like, you know, your Team UK, you know, you're a big team, you have a lot of energy. I think there can be, you know, we've had to do a lot in order to get there. She was like, you know,
just be mindful of how you are, because you can come across quite intimidating. There's a lot of people that are there at large. Obviously with Galaxy Canada, you then had to jump through those hoops in order to get there, but there's a lot of girls that are there at large contestants. It can be quite intimidating if we're all like loud and going a bit crazy,
but we are.
So sometimes we had to be really mindful, and we had to bear that in mind and make sure that everyone felt comfortable around us. And she was like, Holly really encourages Team UK to go off and make friendships and really make sure they make everyone feel welcome, because some people at large, they're on their own, and we have a team. So to really kind of break away from our team and make everyone feel comfortable and make friends.
That's awesome.
And that's why you saw me in a lot of their stories, Liz.
Yeah, because you are so intimidating, Regine.
So intimidating. But technically, Canada is part of the Commonwealth, which is UK is as well. So
we're clinging on as tight as we can.
Yeah,
exactly.
The Commonwealth is here.
Exactly. I mean, that's exactly what it was. I don't know where that came from, but we are going to start wrapping things up because, Danny, you are 5 hours ahead of us, so we do know that it's late, but we do appreciate your time with spending an hour with us here late in the evening in Wales, but just sharing your story. And we've had you here as Ms. Galaxy UK, and to now see where you are with your international title. It's so inspiring. You inspire myself and Liz all the time with just your story in general. For those who don't know, Danny was a runner-up at her national pageant, came back, won, and then the pandemic hit, and then she got another title, which was Wales, and then you finally made it to internationals. And to just see you blossom to where you are now is very inspiring.
I mean, it's the same story for you. You inspire just as much as me. We've done exactly the same thing, so it's just the kind of, for anyone that has been a runner-up, hang in there. You will get your crown. Keep going, keep pushing, and your time will come.
100%. And on that note, Danny, where can people find you on social media if they want to follow your journey?
So my Instagram is Ms. Galaxy 2023. That feels so weird saying that because it's a relatively new handle. I have obviously the Pageant Stylist Instagram and Facebook. On Facebook, I am Danielle Latimer. You might see a nice little picture of me in my crown. That'd be me. Yeah, that's about it. I have a personal account, but I don't tend to follow much pageant stuff on my personal account because sometimes you need to keep it a little bit separate, and I tend to see the same things on all my accounts. But my personal account is Miss Danny Latimer, but I very rarely post on there because you know what, pageantry is actually my life. So I post more on my Ms. Galaxy 2023 page. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
Perfect.
Amazing. And Liz, where can
I love a bit of TikTok. If you're on TikTok, let's follow each other.
Yes. This girl went viral.
I love the TikToks.
Yes. We all do. All right, Liz, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Elizabeth Marnock Pageantry. I'm kind of the same thing. I keep my pageant things in pageant mode. And then if you're interested in hair and makeup services in Canada or North America or anywhere, you can find me at Elizabeth Marnock Artistry. We have stuff going on right now, figuring out where I'm going on my schedule, so let me know. And yeah, how about you, Regine?
You guys can find me here on YouTube. Actually, you're on my YouTube channel right now. If you enjoy the Pageant Sit Down, if you enjoy pageantry in general, make sure you subscribe to this channel and give it this video a thumbs up. I cannot speak. I just finished work. Give this video a thumbs up. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at It's Regina Lena, where I post whatever I think of on TikTok, and it's just become this blubber of everything, and I absolutely love it. So make sure you follow me on those channels. Danny,
Awesome.
once again, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being our first guest on this new season of the Pageant Sit Down as well. I will put all of Danny's links in the description after today's episode, so make sure you go follow her. And Liz and myself, of course.
Yeah, do it. Follow.
But yeah, thank you so much, Danny. Do you have any last word? I will give you the last word today.
Oh, yeah. Just have fun. Be you. Keep going until you get your crown at the end of the day. And I just want to say thank you guys for having me on. I can't believe this is the 88th episode, and this is like, that was a complete coincidence. 88 is my lucky number. That's my birthday in 1988. Can you believe? So congratulations to you, and I'm so excited to watch the rest of what you produce on here and your next guests. I think what you're doing is incredible, is highlighting the incredible women within pageantry. More light needs to be shined at all times, so thank you for allowing us to have a platform. And yeah, thank you for everyone that supported me, tuned in, and if you ever need any advice or help, my DMs are always open.
Perfect. And with that, we will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.